My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monstering 2. We're here to do the Soul Savior mode, where I'm stepping back down to Bloom. Noting that Dangle says, warning, extreme difficulty without additional starting soul slots, and I've got a starting soul slot, singular. Gotta get that final one before it starts to feel maybe a little bit more approachable. Anyhow, in order to not just, like, trample all over Bloom, I want to be randomizing our clans, our Pyre Heart, and also our initial starting soul. So I'm going to hit this button 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go. Are you kidding me? Is that just Slacy again? No, it's not. It's Silver. Oh, boy. I mean, that doesn't give it as immediate benefit. Oh, boy. Silver. Your Pyre randomly gains either 5 health or 5 damage after any boss is defeated. And you also gain an artifact that gives either 1 additional energy, 1 additional draw, or 2 additional capacity after the next flying boss is defeated. And we also have Warborn. Draw 1 additional card for each floor that has an enemy unit on it at turn end. I mean, if I can set up on the top floor and then take advantage of that, that'd be nice. Lady Golda kind of wants me to run a lot of a bottom line, but I don't know how viable that is in this mode. Lady Golda's bottom line, specifically. And Malika's Shifting Pyre means all drafted cards will appear with a reward. We've also got 2 copies of Golden Touch and 2 copies of Gold Lower in the base deck, and a Cluster Kernel. All of that's pretty exciting. Lilith the Spurned? I mean, let's just hit that button first. Go into this fight, and then we can look at how we might want to approach those bosses. Magma Core, your Pyre applies Pygel 2 to all enemy units on Revenge, without any Vengeful Shards in the deck. A lot harder to justify that. When you're not fighting Dominion, a lot harder to justify that. Ancient Roots. The first spell played each turn has -1 cost for every 15 cards in your deck. Great! Oh, I mean, I do think Avarice and Gold is, like, a really, really good idea. We can even propagate that Avarice. Yes. Yes, I think so. Now, even though I might like to have Lady Golda with, like, a bunch of bloated whelps, and then I explode the bloated whelp, it gives me money that way. I still think I'm probably going to get a better result out of having Cluster Kernel, a stack of mushrooms, and then Lady Golda. Ooh, this thing's going to gain burst when it takes damage. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. Eager Conscripts, we've got a fungi here, now with Avarice and Troop, and then Propagate. Even more Avarice for you. Oh, it's grand. Let's get a Bloated Whelp to chump on the 2nd floor. Golden Touch. That's our first Dragon Horde. I mean, I worry a little about the idea of actually trying to base my run around using Dragon Horde that much. Just because I know it typically makes me weaker at the start and then much more powerful at the end, and it feels like this game mode already has weak at the start and powerful at the end. I do always want a unit to get to the top line so the fungi can hit them and give me my 9 gold. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as we have a decent stack of fungi, we will trounce Astrael as it ascends. And And of course, gain more money while doing so. Beautiful. We're going to get all the way to 4. I was just about to say, what are the odds we end up with another Golden Touch? Sadly, I don't have the ability to actually take out one of my own units with this. In any way, actually. Also, Golden Touch, killing one of my own troops doesn't count for... It does it, yeah. -1 troop. It killed a troop, but it did not give me any Dragon Horde. Glad to have figured that out. Alright. It's a glow up for you then, friend. And actually, I don't want to make you stronger. I want you to hit multiple times. Woo! Money! Explosive consume, deal 40 damage. It's not bad. 0 cost, apply 10 Pyre Gels, also really good, but mostly for the bosses. Snotty Whelp with Regen Stone? No. Give me that Fireball. An Intrinsic Proliferate, yes please. I feel like I should probably save this to try and get 8 in the next fight if I'm lucky. Okay, so our bosses. Miera has Rage to enemy units on shift, including when they ascend. That's going to be annoying. TV's adding TV Scourged in the hand on Siphon. It's probably like a persistent curse or something that fills your hand. Thick Skin, Thaddeus enters with Titan Skin 3 and gains Titan Skin 3 on Scourge. Is your curse afflicted? Enemy units gain Titan Skin 3. Don't want to do that too early. Ooh, your own units enter with Witherbloom 1. Also not keen to do that early. Okay, TV Scourge, 1 Ember, Scourge, Purge. At reserve, though, add a copy of this card to your discard pile. Although you do have a Merchant of Steel, a Merchant of Arms, and a Merchant of Magic, giving us the ability to spend a little bit of our early gold here, maybe even at a Merchant of Magic. Yeah. I think I should probably head to TV first. Getting another Under Legion unit seems really important. Empyrean Well and removals, like, yeah, I want them, but to what end? What am I duping with that? Right now, I'm looking for either a second line alongside Cluster Kernel or someone to sit next to Lady Golda. Smidgestone, huge. Let's look at the equipment and room cards first. Interesting. Void Armament's obviously incredibly powerful. Use it for removing the Stewards from the deck. Use it for removing Bloated Whelps from the deck later if I really want to. Obviously, just give it to a Fungi stack. The Fungi stack can't get purged from your deck, so it just gets to be powerful. There's also an argument for Glass Cannon, because the Cluster Kernel is protected by 10 armor by default, so it takes a fair whack to actually get that Fragile trigger on him. And then finally, the Mind Cage. We don't really have a unit that can use that at the moment, but as soon as we get a unit that can use that, we'll have wanted it for ages. Boy. I kind of want to go Mind Cage, but I feel like that's probably a mistake. This is annoying. Moral Mistress would be better with Dualism, but instead has Endless, and then Squad Leader, who would be better not as a card that was offered to me, instead has Dualism. So what? The argument would be take Squad Leader, put it on the same line as Cluster Kernel, eventually try and build a large enough fungi stack that it tramples. Ugh. Oh, no. Okay, I know what the answer is, and I still don't like it. It's mini stone cluster kernel. And now I can put cluster kernel, squad leader, and Lady Gilda all on the same line. So there's another avarice holder there. Unfortunately, the avarice is not going to be duped if I give dualism to a character. It's only going to be duped if Lady Gilda happened to have dualism, but does not. I'm not thrilled about leaving this without more upgrades. I could reroll here for a sharp stone for cluster kernel at least. Squad leader. I don't even know what you'd want. Maybe I should just hold my money until the other side of this. Merchant of Arms and Merchant of Magic. Yeah. So Phalanx loses spikes on strike. So yes, I do want to. Yeah, I do want to set up high in this fight. Fire Dampener is okay because I still have 3 Deployment Ember. So I can still go up, up. Ooh, that's great. Okay. Eager Conscript top line. Then we get to immediately glow up and proliferate. So we get 5 troop stacks before we even spawn 4 at the end of the turn, but we've also got up to 9 avarice on fungi and 7 on the others. And then bloated whelp. Yes, can't play the void armament. That's a problem. Shield Steward will take 2 of your strikes at least. Okay, earned 98 so far in this fight. You know, the sad thing about this, just short of using Golden Touch, and 7, is it 7 or it's 6? 6 gives random, 7 gives 25 additional gold, but it's still random, maybe? I can't recall. That said, this should just be the best outcome we can resolve. Great, 222 gold earned over the course of that match, and then another 125 to the end. Holdover Golden Touch, holdover Flicker. It's got to be holdover Flicker, right? Give it plus 10 magic damage, and then, like, so many things are solved. Holdover Golden Touch is nice, but I already have 2 Golden Touches in the base deck, and then suddenly I have to figure out, okay, how do I cost reduce this as well? Interesting. Rot with Holy Stone on it is nice, but I really do need more ways to spawn. I think Spawning Pods has got my back on that one. Yeah, it's 25 more gold, but you still get a random artifact from level 7. It's level 8 that gets you the pick. So 6 is the lowest level I would have accepted. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, spells gain 3 damage for each upgrade on their cards. Really good for the holdover flick we just took. It only gets 3 damage from this, but then it gets another 3 damage after its next upgrade, so I don't even have to give it a damage upgrade for it to have decent damage. That said, I think Flaming Talons giving vulnerability... Wow, an attuned Whetstone in a deck where literally the only thing I have is a... Void Armament. That's sick. Annoyingly, I really want to go to the Pyreborn banner, because I'd love to have 2 floors. I do not know if this mode is super friendly to having 1 floor. The alcove's super useful still. I do like events. Events can be the most busted thing in the game a lot of the time. Damn. Okay. I'm going right side, and this Merchant of Arms, you're going to give me something... Oh. Do we just Inferno room the bottom line? You Inferno room the bottom line, then you Mushy room the second line, and then by the time they come to the top to actually fight my Avarice line, they're weak. I also want to take a Meat Shield. The only problem is, if I do take a Meat Shield... Wait, actually, what's the function of the Whetstone now? It tries to go for non-deployment cards, unless it can't. Right? Just very quickly checking that. Destiny's the Railforged Pash. Yes. Okay, never mind. It's taking me a lot longer to find than I thought. I do think they can only fetch the... Or rather, it biases towards fetching non-deployed ones. Alright, found it. It is clanless. Attuned Whetstones, Ember Reduction now persists for the battle, and instead of only in deployment phase, they are now able to draw deployable cards. However, they prefer to draw non-deployable cards if available. Got it. So I could make Meat Shield here deployable, and I'd still get my Void Armament. The only problem with that, I don't want those two. And I also don't want to make the Meat Shield deployable. I want to make the Inferno room deployable. Okay. Now, yeah, silence will silence enchant, so would remove the enchant, but... Stoic Plate Mail and Void Armament together, obviously it removes the Extinguished trigger of Void Armament, so you can put it on a frontliner much more comfortably. Don't really have the frontliner where it would hold that. I can't silence Cluster Kernel. I guess I could give the squad leader the Void Armament and Stoic Plate Mail. It just wouldn't really help them, is the only problem with that. God, I really wanted to get a second piece of equipment that was worth merging into here. Also, Stoic Plate Mail... It is a good card. It's a really good card because it's a really good defensive card to put on a stack of fungi because they don't have anything that can be silenced off of them. It gives them a huge amount of additional health and armor to protect them. It's great. I can't take it because of the attuned Whetstone at the moment, unfortunately. Leaving this area, looking at our Merchant of Magic. -2 cost consume and remove consume, both pretty exciting. Probably going to drop those on a Golden Touch and then +10 magic power on another Golden Touch. Let's actually do that first before I visit the Merchant of Mahik. Actually, that'll do for the flicker. You just... Spell chain that. Proliferate. Let's lower the cost of this Golden Touch a little bit. Sounds good to me. Celestial Alcove. Yeah, I know. Flicker and the Inferno Room. Yeah, there probably should have been one or the other, not both. Oh. This early? Kanyo, when you purge a card outside a battle, gain 75 gold. Are we literally standing next to a purging space at the moment, I think? Get 2 copies of 75 gold from that. There's a double stack available in the store. Yeah, I don't really have any spells that can double stack, unfortunately. I'm leaning per KO here. The start of battle, gain a calcified ember that converts to an excavated ember after not playing it once. I think that'll really help us with some of our energy problems and maybe give us the ability to like completely avoid taking on any additional energy. I do think I might actually use Void Armament for removal. I'm going to leave you in the deck with your lowered cost, I think, is the way that I do that. We're going to start here. If I can get the squad leader down in turn 1, I will. I can. Annoyingly, Glow Up's not really good right here. And neither is Proliferate. I kind of want to let both of them cycle until I actually have some troops out. Mother's Amalgam's going to be dealing some damage direct to Apaya because it's just leaving claws. Alas, that'll happen. Okay, spawning pod top line, I can hit a Golden Touch bottom. Then Shield Steward second line with a Void Armament. You survive this round, saving me 3 fire damage. One more bloated. Yeah, one more conscript for the top line, I think. Yeah, you're about to expend your burst on this line. There's Mushy for the middle line. Shield Steward will die before combat because of the Inferno Room, so it won't even defend us on the bottom line. Blow up's nice though. Yeah, that flicker feels like a mistake. Oh, hell yeah. We even prevent against the 3 damage again from the Mother's Amalgam, so we only had to take it once? Where'd the other 2 damage come from? There we go. I'm going to put a second bloated whelp on that line so that I can possibly double golden touch this turn if I need to. Of course I couldn't do that. I just played it. That'll have to do then. Decent amount of money and silver capacity, +2 capacity. Interesting. Maybe. Contagious with consume removed. That's not good. This eventually becomes the only card in your deck at that rate. Death Roll, transfer all Pyogel to on this floor to a unit, then deal damage 5 times. We're not intentionally applying Pyogel, but there's going to be a lot of it eventually. Just from Dragonhorde. And then Deadly Variant with Consume removed as well. Apply Decay equal to 5 times sap. I'm going to take that because I do think giving more sap to the enemies is something I'm already independently going to want to do, and that I already do a little bit of in this deck. And the Decay could be useful. One-size Guildmonger, you say? I know that's an endless spore launcher, but this is a one-size Guildmonger, you say? And a prickly puffball with damage shield ain't not bad either. Let's go that one-size Guildmonger, though. Solaris 2. Gain 4 gold, reduce the amount by 1 each turn. Or showtime. Random floor has +3 capacity. At the end of the combat, the front friendly unit on that floor gains +1 size, +10 damage, and +35 health if there is any capacity available. So typically that will end up affecting Lady Gilda for a turn, and then the fungi for 1 turn after that. Showtime almost lets a unit live through the almost lets a... Oh my god, it doesn't do that permanently. I only just realized, by the way. It's... You might let a unit outlive the Inferno room. Like, if they had Titanite, they would be gaining health every turn. I think I'm going to lead towards Solaris. We'll be saving this until we get another 6, please. Merchant of Steel plus. At Miera the Dutiful. Bosses enter with bursts. Oh, we've already got Linkforged 2 over here. So Linkforged 2 is exciting to me because... Sorry, Lightforged 2. Wait, but it gives you the other line? Or... Actually, how does that work if I only have 1 upgrade? Yeah, I'm gonna need another unit, I think. Okay, so Lady Avarice 2. Plus 10 damage per 100 gold you started the turn with. And then... Okay, it does show me Lady Avarice 3 is good. So now it's giving Avarice 10 and plus 20 damage per 100 gold that I started the turn with. It also changed the other line. It was the Gilded Egg, and then it went to Bloat Matron. Interesting. So it's effectively just offering you a second selection. It's not the first time I took this, I was about to get the last in an upgrade line, and as soon as I did that, it just showed me only one final thing and was like, you have to take this. Goldtooth. 2 amber, 2 size, avarice 5, regen 10, plus 15 damage per 100 gold you started the turn with. All right. Thank you. Shield Steward Void Armament still very easy to remove from the deck. I'm going to start getting rid of these bloated whelps. Yucky. Yucky. Yuck, yuck, yuck. So Plague Host is not going to die initially. At least the Witch Warden will from... I need more Deployment Ember. This is about where we're at the moment. Inferno Room. Maybe it's Lady Gilda Goldtooth, and then I wait until I draw Cluster Kernel for that? Oh yes, the TV Scourges are now in our base deck. Let's go Mushy Room up here. Yes. Then an Eager Conscript that I'll hit with Golden Touch because it kills the entire stack. We get a Slay. There's our Dragon Horde. It was either that or it was just proliferate the hell out of it. I think maybe I go Void Armament for the damage here. I do like the idea of letting it cycle because it's so easy to just use it for additional purges at the moment. Fine, I'll let it cycle. Okay. There you go. Decay equal to 5 times the sap you have. Yes, I just have to make sure there's always a target on screen for the Golden Touch. I'm gonna go Bloated Whelp Explode, Bloated Whelp Explode. Each of those giving me 10 golds. I really do want to be putting my troops on the top side, but I'm kind of waiting until I get that Cluster Kernel. Hopefully that's not waiting way too long. Great. Plus Kernel backline, now I can play Eager Conscript up there, and then we have a Guildmonger. Perfect. I think this is a great opportunity for us. Void Armament, Golden Touch. There you go. No more Whelp. Or no more that Whelp. There are other Whelps still in the deck. Your incant only triggers on your floor. So, Copper Fireball. Oh, no. I mean, can I? I still win the line this way. I think maybe this is... Actually, hang on. Can I also get away with Golden touching my own unit? Maybe with a deadly variant in there? If I can get away with that, this is going to be incredible. Start with a glow up. Proliferate. Deadly variant, and then pop that guy. Yeah. This is the best that we can do. This is ridiculous. So I managed to get all the way up to 8 Dragon Horde, and courtesy of the additional decay that we managed to add to the enemy, hey, that worked out. I managed to take out the enemy despite lowering all of my units down and killing one of them. No. Make it rain intrinsic, deal 5 damage to enemy units, repeat the effect up to 3 more times. Look, it's not bad. It's not a bad card to let cycle through this deck. I'll happily let it. Deal damage equal to 25 times your Dragon Horde, then lose 1 Dragon Horde. The card that I am least likely to take. I'm so sorry. It's just not how I play. Cheery Deathcap's not a bad drop on the bottom lines. Middle of the fight, just drop that on the bottom line. And loot a full 8. Increase the capacity of what we can loot by 2. 50% chance to remove all buff effects from an enemy when it enters your terrain. That's a 50% chance that an enemy with Infestation doesn't come in with Infestation, which severely screws the scaling of all of the enemies on that line. I think that I think that qualifies as huge. So I don't want to get to the point where Unstable Vortex is really struggling to find cards that it actually wants to remove from the deck. Alright, Celestial Alcove, we'll break left. Ooh, dangerous. So the Departure Manifesto, non-banner units have deployable. Realistically, that just means Bloated Whelps for me. And later Whelps. Cheery Deathcap's also in open again, but I'm not going to want to play it in the deployment phase. I'm feeling a no on that. Sacrificial Chris. Apply Firefire Gel to enemy units when a Whelp dies. I'm also feeling a no on that, because I do want to just get rid of these Whelps if I can. If I had an endless source of Whelps, absolutely. And then Void Fragment. End of battle, purge a card. Yep. Love it. Unit cards without upgrades cost -1. Draw an additional card per 25 cards in your deck. And on deployment phase, discard any number of cards and draw that many. I'll happily take that too. Show us the Armory. Oh. Equipping a Swift Steel Dagger to the top line is some work. Do I have a card that I really want to upgrade this badly? Triple stack? 15 times sap! It's honestly not that bad, yeah. Entropic Energy, -4 to its cost. No, nothing needs that. Entropic Growth. Make it rain. Actually, legitimately, yes. Also Flicker, because it's got the holdover as well. So you draw this in hand, and then just keep it until it's dealing like 50 damage to enemy units, and then you only ever play it when you need it. Actually, yeah, it's Flicker. Make It Rain's also a possible option, but I like Flicker because as soon as you do play it, it's just like, and here I'm back again. You didn't... Excuse me, master. You left me a street behind. That was a mistake, I'm assuming. I'm gonna keep the rest of my money. I'm happy purging the way I am at the moment. Gains 3 times armor per melee's on strike. Yes, yes, yes. So, bottom line. I don't think waiting for Goldtooth as long as I did in the previous was good. That'll be it. Alright. Inferno that bottom room. And there's your Void Armament. Get out of the deck, Shield Steward. TV Scourge and a Mushy Room on the second line, so we're reasonably set up already. I think probably double proliferate as a placement here. Perfect. Goldtooth definitely had to be the final unit up here. Just enough to prevent the Mother's Amalgam from dealing 3 damage to our Pyre. And unfortunately, no one's been sapped yet, so I can't Deadly Variant anyone effectively. There's that Flicker. Got to get rid of the Entropic Crystal and the TV Scourge while I can. Guildmonger for this line. Shiri Deathcap at the bottom. Actually, hang on. The order is different. We'll be putting the Guildmonger behind Loaded Whelp. And then a Conscript in front. Because now the Guildmonger gets to survive on this floor with 28 health, and then the Mother's Amalgam's coming up next line, but isn't going to see an empty line, so won't deal damage to our Pyre. And of course, Flicker just gets +5 permanent damage. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of golden touches, which is surprising me. Ugh. Entropic Crystal is going to be really annoying to see cycling through the deck constantly. gonna have to drop an Eager Conscript and then Golden Touch it. Oh no, the Witherbloom means the Guildmonger's gonna die regardless. Actually, hang on, no, I can change this. It's gotta be squad leader behind. There we go, survive that line. Mother's Amalgam goes up. Beautiful. And then I can do same other moves. And of course, fighting on the top floor gives me a couple more turns to let this flicker permanently grow. Yay, and we've even got a squad leader here who I have a Golden Touch already for. Hurrah. Thank heck. Oh no, I don't have a way to take down another unit with Golden Touch. No! No! I want to get my 6th! Oh, that's so annoying. 5 is the worst. No. Oh, wait, hang on. If I'm going to 10, I'll just literally wait another fight. It's okay. Actually, everything's fine with the world. It was someone else who came in here and started complaining. It's not me. It wouldn't be me. Yummy money. Screw you. Devilish Details consume intrinsic, gain 3 Dragon Horde, but your Pyre takes 8 damage. Yeah, of course I'm gonna do that. Ooh! A one-size Greed Dragon. That's actually great, because I don't have to play you in deployment phase. I can cycle past you with Judge's Scales, and then I can just play you when you're big enough. Showtime and L. I like L a lot, especially now that we have very few Bloated Whelps left in the deck, because it's more likely, like, if I had already removed these 2 Bloated Whelps, would L have to then hit these cards? If I get L and then I remove the Bloated Whelps, does it have to reassign to 3 of my remaining cards? Oh, I hate it, but I feel like I should figure it out. It's not. There's no way it's going to reassign them. I really didn't want to give 2 of them to Bloated Whelps. Alright. I removed one of them, and yeah, only a Bloated Whelp and a... Great, I downgraded L to level 2. To level 1, rather. I had to know. The reason I expected, 3 random starter cards are upgraded with. The reason I suspected it might have been different is just because a lot of these seem to apply after. So I wondered if I just removed more cards from the deck, if this might then be like, oh, 3 of your random starter cards have to be upgraded, so I'll go and do that. Alas. I don't really need Merchant of Trinkets ++. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Hang on. I could get 5 upgrades on a Golda. Oh, no, that's bad. You get larger with the Gilded Egg. That's a problem. And the Bloat Matron line... I mean, that harvest is best against bosses, I guess? I don't really need Pyramanes ++. Alright, I'm going Thaddeus first. I don't think I need another unit at this point. I do think Celestial Alcoves and money is where we're at. Permanently remove Consume from a card. Sounds like that goes on an Excavated Ember by my reckoning. -2 cost to a card. That's a free Deadly Variant. +20 magic power for a Golden Touch. No need to Holy Stone this deck, I don't think. Spell Chain and Holdover, you say? Well, Holdover a Excavated Ember is really nice. Spell Chain the Devilish Details. That's way too much damage to take. -4 cost gain Consume is a pretty wild upgrade to be offering here. Spell Chain and Excavated Ember help the first cycle through the deck a little bit. Oh. We do have the Bloated Whelp. We still got one of them. I mean, Worthy Sacrifice is pretty funny for a Bloated Whelp. Why am I Blade Master? To die. Many lives Guildmonger. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. How dare you tell me that's a total misplay? Also, can I even get the second part of that event? 011. So it wants me to go left, right, right. I don't really need the additional money here. I hope the reanimate isn't a problem for me. Okay, got to discard Greed Dragon. God, I really need some additional deployment ember as soon as I can get it. Gotta get rid of. Pretty much I need the Inferno Room and Cluster Kernel. Those are the two that I can really afford to keep. Inferno Room. Don't want to purge that Bloated Whelp anymore, but now the Void Armament has nothing, so I guess I've just got to use it for damage. But then I don't even have the unit on board that I want to give it to for the sake of the damage. I guess maybe Lady Gilda can hold it. Oh, this is all... TV's Scourge is going to trigger this turn as well. Hang on. Got to play those in the other order. Because the old... Ancient Roots. I don't need it to decrease the cost of a cost that is already free. Oh yeah, as long as it's killing the Cherub immediately, it's not that bad. Alrighty, cheery Death Gap. That kills everyone, and the Glutmoss just continues ascending and dying. That's it. Excavates your Ember. End of turn, I guess, at least. That'll do it. I'm intentionally going to do this, by the way. Glow up first, then I play spawning pods for its full cost. Because when I played it for 0 cost from the Ancient Roots, it didn't heal my pyre, and I do want that health from it. That actually was a significant part of its upgrade. Unfortunately, I don't have the space on the top line to also slot a squad leader in there. I need to keep it for the Goldtooth. I love looking at the floor like this. Get God. Get God. Ooh, that's a big golden touch. Unfortunately, I'm going to be cycling a couple of TV Scourges back into this deck. It's okay, it feels worth it. Oh. Greed Dragon. You can wear that Swift Steel Dragger. Whoa, sorry, Greed Dragon, not Gluttontooth. Gluttooth's supposed to be up there. Sorry, Goldtooth. Let's drop a glow up on the top line, so now I can play X-Gav. Ooh. Love to see a golden touch. Load well. Golden touch. Drop a conscript for the top line. Wait a second. For that? Gain 1 energy and draw 1 card next turn, right? It's not, but why did I gain an energy on playing it? Huh. Anyhow. Greed Dragon! For +10/+10, you come... sorry, for 10 times +10/+10, +100/100, you come out as a big, thick unit. Also, with all of these calcified embers in the deck, I can now play Flicker and then draw it again in the same turn. Because it's put back directly atop the deck. Flicker's coming back. It's eventually going to be a second Inferno room for the second floor. Oh, right. Golden Touch doesn't have to be used for Slain anymore. We've got Dragon Sword done. That'll do, pig. That'll do. This one's big. Excuse me? Who the hell's killing Lady Gilda? Oh, the Witherbloom. Oh, the Witherbloom's doing it to her. Good goddamn, what do I even do about that? I can't replace her weapon. I definitely can't lose her. Tell you that much. Good God. Yeah, by the time they get to that top line, the Witherbloom's just gonna have killed all of my troops. You nightmare. Like, some of my only possibilities here are trying to kill my own fungi. So Glow Up unfortunately can't move anyone between Goldtooth, sorry, the fungi and Lady Gilda. Only one copy of it. A second copy of it would do a lot better, but then I'm still losing all of the other units to fungi. God damn it, I did not see that stack appearing. How do I slow that Witherbloom? I don't think there's anything I can do this turn. I feel like I'm basically in the position where I'm looking at that Witherbloom is going to kill this floor and in doing so this run. Unless I restart this fight and find a better way to set up the line. We're, like, comfortable for everything else. It's just this Witherbloom. Oh, you're goddamn kidding me. It's Sadist. I was wondering, where am I getting all this Witherbloom from? Sadist, the earlier pickup. Your units enter with Witherbloom 1, including every individual fungi. Gosh dang it. No! That's actually awful. It means fungi stacks kill me. Ah! You. Alright then. Let's play your way. So, definitely don't want Cluster Colonel Squad Leader at the default. We're going to be taking Goldtooth. I want Greed Dragon as soon as I can get it in the cycle as well, but I can't guarantee that in any functional way. I need to have the additional damage from either Goldtooth or Void Armament. Or Lady Gilda holding the Void Armament. I'm also going to need a Defender for them on a later turn. I can use individual fungi stacks as chump defense. Yeah, because they just enter with one, and then I kill them, and then a new stack enters with one. I just can't have a single stack of fungi live too long, because as soon as it lives too long, I die about it.
Oh!
Dang. Well, onwards and upwards. I can't make it not happen. I can't make it not have happened. Yeah, there will be a cluster kernel flaw. The only problem is it'll die. But it's going to be better to have a flaw than not up there. Perfect. Oh, great. I can have you attack with your Avarice and still die at the end of the turn. These... Spawn 1 doesn't seem good enough to justify playing anymore. God. Squad leader just also dies super quickly after. It's just tragic on that top line. It's an absolute tragedy happening up there. And that's what it's going to be like for the rest of the run. Because at least now I know how badly Sadist affects me. Dodging every harsher word. Affects. Look. It is what it is, you know? You know how it is what it is? Well, this is the it that it is. Oh, good. I can put a Guildmonger between them and the squad leader on the top line. That's not bad. Also, it's definitely time for Greed Dragon this turn. Good old Golda touch. That'll take care of that bad boy down there. Then another one. Big old Greed Dragon, you're our frontliner. Actually, belay that for a moment. Greed Dragon, you will be our frontliner in just a moment. But it's... Guildmonger, Conscript, Excav Ember, kill the Conscript, play the Bloated Whelp, Swift Steel. Then I'm going to glow up Goldtooth for additional Avarice and regen, then play Greedmonger in front of you to keep you comfy. Putting Lady Gilda with the highest vulnerability of that Void Armament at the back line. This might be the turn where I should play Flicker for the first time so that there's not an actual feast going off on the bottom line. Yeah, Guildmonger top line doesn't have to survive, but it also doesn't have to die yet. We've got the Dragon Horde. I was so worried. I was just looking at the enemy ascending with 34 damage and 3.5k health, and I was like, I don't think we have that. But we do! Yay! I guess there's a little that I could do still here. I don't want to play the glow up until I know that I can play 2 glow ups safely. Okay, so I can do that now. And I'll jump with 1 on the bottom line. That's a lot of money. Pipe on Brain Spike, reduce cooldown by X, does not affect any of my units. 4x Avarice, eh. Greed, 20 damage to all units on Slay, gain 10 gold. There's not an awful reason to put this on the bottom line, but I also have the Flicker instead. Sacrificial Chamber, no. Ooh, Inhale, hold, no. No, I hate it. I hate it so much. I can't play any of these goddamn cards. My troops kill my troops. I'm really worried. I'm really sincerely worried that half of my deck is non-functional. It's in service of troops that just can't hack it. I want to take Fertile Ground. I want to take Inhale. Dig Deep's also here. It could be anything. They definitely are much worse when I spawn individual stacks. Large stacks, like a spawn forward does it only once. It's only 1 unit entry, so it's only 1 Witherbloom. Fertile Ground, the second Fertile Ground sees the first Fertile Ground in the consume pile. We've also got Devilish Tails there, all of the Excav Embers we can get. Alright. Yeah, no better time to remove the individual conscripts than now. Loot our 10. On your first turn, 2 additional energy. We've already got Solaris giving us +4 on the first turn, so not too big. After using an ability, we don't do that. Units gain 3/3 for each upgrade on their card. Yes, please. That's just statistics. When a unit gains Fire Gel, it gains 1 additional stack. Is great, because they're already gaining Fire Gel as they ascend. Shroom units apply Decay 1 to any units on summon. That makes, like, the Lady Gilda top line and then Mushroom middle line a little bit more viable, because then that's also applying Decay. There's also Shadow's Sheath. It's decent defensiveness in the right conditions. And Verdant Cycle for more draw on consume. I do love that, admittedly. But I think Sap Suckling Spring gives us the ability to recoup the losses that half of our deck is making at the moment a little bit. The annoying thing is, the Empyrean Well dupe is currently telling me very loudly and very clearly, Rhapsody, you need to dupe Guildmonger. Because then I can consistently, every fight, get 10 Dragon Horde. I do also have cards from this deck that I need to remove. Alright, you got me. Flicker's also decent, but without, like, a tuned, it's going to be a long time until this is capable of... Like, the first 50 damage to an enemy line is really, really good. The second 50 damage is pretty good. And then after that, there's not that many enemies with a health pool between 100 and, like, 400. And then they go... like, this will... the backline is already taken care of with the Flicker as it currently stands. I think another copy of Proliferate would also be really good. But no. Guildmonger. Also, when did I get Guildmonger? I got Guildmonger there and it wanted me to go left. Boom, immediately failed. That's fine. I don't even know if it would work in this mode. Alright, Thaddeus. Gain Titan Skin on entry and Gorge. That's fine, I do individual large instances of damage. It's actually kind of my thing. And by thing, I do mean kink. Let's go for Lady Gilda on the top line with Goldtooth behind. Inferno bottom line. We can set up spawning bolts on the second line on turn 1 if we really wanted to. And I suppose we do. I don't think I then proliferate it, though. Proliferate for Goldtooth top line immediately? I don't have good proliferate targets in my deck at the moment, basically. At least until Mushy's out on the field. Oh, doing 1,000 damage out of the 3,000 health of the enemy on turn 1. It does feel good. Oh, if only I could sap you. Okay. Add a little more decay on that bottom line. Actually, hang on. I should use one of the fungi to chump top. I can even proliferate the chump here? Yeah. Because I also get more decay. It's so minor, but I think I will let that happen like that. Literally just getting 6 more decay out of it. Okay. Guildmonger, save them. We'll have to do. Perfect. I think this Greed Dragon's just about ready to be played. If only I could also give it Titanite. I do need a Merchant of Steel. Long since needed a Merchant of Steel. Mushroom sets up our second line. Yeah, all those mushrooms there just die. That's kind of their job. Okay. I mean, I could propagate to get more reanimate and then get more Dragon Horde, but to what end? We've already got max Dragon Horde. Which does sound like a really cool name. Max Dragon Horde. Charge that to my business account. Fertile Grounds? Are we on Fertile Grounds to use Fertile Grounds? Oh, what more Fertile Grounds will there be? No sap out yet, so Deadly Berry don't do anything. Back up to the top line, buddy. It's time for you to die. I'll do it. Get him. Decent amount of money ends the fight with 2,000 gold. Time of contracts with Intrinsic. That's as good as it gets. That's as good as it gets for that card. It's exactly what you want. I just don't have a unit who can use it in any way. Mitosis cap. I'll admit, getting another copy of the Greed Dragon or Goldtooth. Greed Dragon especially. Goldtooth would be nice, but I'm gonna have a lot of difficulty playing it. Second Goldtooth would be really nice, though. Taking my Mitosis count. And here I'll be taking my money and leaving. Goldie, gain holdover. When played, gain 10 per energy cost. It's not the base cost, it's the energy cost. So, do I have anything that I really want to hold over that bad? Glow up? Yeah. Actually, I have Ember that already has holdover. No, not really. Give me Showtime. And gotta purge that. Eager Conscripts. Loot out full 10 Dragon Horde. Spells, +3 damage for each equipment on their each upgrade on their card, rather. And when you equip a friendly unit, gain Conduit 4, which could have middling impact for us. Volatile Gauge. When you draw any non-champion card, its cost is randomized between 0 and 3. Draw 2 additional cards each turn. Draw 2 additional cards each turn's tough because I'm already drawing 8. Takes us all the way up to 10. Guild Marker and Golden Idol are pretty difficult to look at because I can afford everything, I'm pretty sure. Volatile Gauge has a problem because of these X-Cap Embers. It's very good for our deployment because most of the time it will help me deploy additional characters, but it is very, very possible to screw me with that. I can't do it. I'm taking Guild Marker. I can't take a thing that can screw me. Also, like, if a lot of the value is, you know, if you and I agree that a lot of the value that comes out of Volatile Gauge is the additional draw 2, then the fact that I'm already drawing 8 is a danger sign because I might get another draw here, the Merchant of Trinkets. This one's absolutely left. I mean, I'm just going to be snapping up all of these. Jackstrips. 3 piercing damage when an enemy moves between floors. Winged Steel. After your deployment phase. When you play third card of your turn, draw 1. Heaven's Light. +2 capacity on each floor. And then, after buying a boss relic, I'm gonna re-roll and buy another. Limbo Solace. Draw an additional card each turn. Shroom units get regen 1 on harvest. Spirit Breaker charge. It literally doesn't help us. See an equipment or room card. Iron Tongue? Iron Tongue's pretty good for more avarice, but I think we're pretty far beyond that. Glass Cannon? New. Boiler Room? New. As for our Empyrean Well, though, I really do want Goldtooth to have an upgrade before I consider duping it, but... Oh. I didn't realize I did that. I'm fine with it. Swiss Steel Dagger early is pretty good too. I may end up merging those equipment, because then merge those equipment, put them on Goldtooth, then it becomes a lot better again. Hell, I could put it on Lady Gilda, actually. It's really good that way too. If I'm not going to get an additional room, maybe Mushy Room's the right choice. Just consistently sap the enemy as they go to the top line, making them much, much, much more vulnerable to Deadly Variant play, which, like, I see Deadly Variant a couple times each match. I want it to be Goldtooth, but I'm going to struggle to play 2 Gold Teeth on the top line. Also, I really want it to have the upgrade before I do anything. Not that I get the ability to dupe it after that upgrade. Oof. Gosh. All right, yep. Let's get mushy. So our removals are so cheap. I really should start removing additional cards at this point. Oh no, Mitosis Cap, I don't want you drawn in the opening. Annoying. Annoying that would be. Okay, the Zephyrite's in the back line. At least they will die before they ever ascend, which means they never get burst. So that's actually okay. They can have that. The Void Armament, good hit. I hate that. Entropic Crystal in my opening hand. At least I've got giant capacity on the top line. I don't think I think I have to play the Entropic Crystal annoyingly. Wait, did you just consider Entropic Crystal a spell? I'm not gonna short draw here so I can avoid that. Look, I'm not. I'm not comfortable with the idea of playing in a way that would just be constantly annoying and frustrating every single turn to have to engage with. Okay. Then I can do Spawning Pod and Devilish Detail. Don't have enough with the Golden Touch to kill it. Dang. At least I get Goldtooth on the first turn. That's handy. And your dagger. Nice. 7 reanimate on Guildmonger, you just need to die. In fact, if you just die, I'll get my full Dragon Horde. All I need is you to die consistently, please. You don't have a problem with that, do you? I'll give my Tosis Cap to Cluster Colonel at the moment, but I recognize I'm not going to be able to keep that unit alive. Hell, I probably wouldn't give it to you if I knew I could keep you alive. Yeah, so it gives 1 energy on this turn and a draw 1 next turn. I thought it was 1 energy and draw 1 next turn. Alright. That'll do that. Good lord, Lady Gilda Big. I didn't even have to get the Gilded Egg line. Ta-da! Two mushy rooms set up immediately. Great. No, not the Greed Dragon. Too soon. You have summoned him too soon, Executors. Well, there goes that squad leader so that I can get another Dragon Horde. Golden Touch grabs us too because I use it to slay a Guildmonger there. Seven for the Greed Dragon. I am just about to cycle again. I don't think I need to accept 7. Oh my god, it already happened between turns without any additional input. Greed Dragon, big. This will throw out the additional cards for damage. Making sure not to play Entropic Crystals at any point there because I was just going to draw it back if I did. It's fine, that's not our kill floor. Yeah, I think we're okay. 100 damage on that flicker now. I do want them to get to the top floor. I do want to actually be able to trigger my Avarice. That's how I get my money, you see. This is how I win. Gosh, I hope this is how I win. 54 damage, it's 3 strikes until you take down Greed Dragon. Good lord. I'm probably gonna have to build, like, a temporary stack of mushrooms in front. It's okay. I'll draw it. Don't want to incant on that floor too much because of the infestation. To play that somewhere for the additional draw next turn. Oh my god, it's closer than I wanted it to be, but we are okay. And I don't have to do anything to modify that much at all. Infested triggers at turn start, so that could end up being relevant if I continue casting, so I'll just stop here. At this point, I think keeping money for the sake of the size of our units is the right idea. Pyroclasm! A tuned explosive does 153 damage. Yes, I'll take that. Another wax cap with multi-strike. I do want a wax cap to just drop on one of the bottom lines. There's nothing wrong with that. Battleground also turned out to be really, really useful on that second line. Lot of decay to give to enemies there. Yeah, I'll do that. We're very much at the point that this bloated whelp is nothing. I guess dragons and whelps gain 8 damage so that it does something? They have no cooldowns. And I have no whelps, so none of these do anything. I'll take Shell just in case, because it's better than the others in general. Ball's Tuning Fork. Starter cards cost -1. Which starter cards are you talking about? Is it this one? This 1/1? Abyssal Prism. I don't really target my own units with spells. I could use... Earlier in the run, I could use Golden Touch to clear an entire line and do it that way, but... far past that. And Sketches of Salvation is actively bad for us. It'll summon units that I don't want on the bottom floor, and then as soon as it summons like Goldtooth on the bottom floor in a bad situation, I lose that run. So, wow, tough stuff. I'll take a Abyssal Prism, because theoretically it could be useful for me. Probably won't be, but remember the theory. Upgrade a unit to gain dualism and Rage 4, Regen 4, Spikes 4. Upgrade a unit with +2 capacity and a huge amount of stats for a Greed Dragon that can't get larger. Yes, please. Avarice 6 won't really make too much of a difference to anything here. Plus health. I'll give this to a squad leader just in case it's relevant. I don't think Dual Slab... Oh, Dual Slab for... No, wait. Maybe? Yeah, this is literally just dualism for you. I'll just give it to you for dualism's sake. Endless and -1. I mean, that also would have been good for the cheery death cap. Unfortunately, I don't get it. Quick and +30. I'll give that to Goldtooth. You can now hold the multi-strike thing. And then I can give quick elsewhere. think you need health more than you need damage. Got all these upgrades, but we have no one who can hold any of these upgrades. All right, Bloat Matron. This is weird. Why are you only offering me this line rather than Bloat Matron and the other one? Well, units cost -1 on this floor. That's not going to happen. But Harvest to apply 5 Pyre Gel to enemy units. That could end up being pretty relevant for some of the Relentless phases. When a unit has a 3rd unique status effect applied to it, Propagate 2, or the ability to deploy all of the units that I need. I know, it was a tough decision, but I eventually managed to make it. Removals... The mitosis cap was a mistake. Am I gonna get another Goldtooth this floor? Like right now? Because I'm about to fight the boss after this. I think Devilish Details is also a bit of a mistake right now. With the 2 Guildmongers, that's 4 reanimate between them. I basically just need 2 of the golden touches to go off in the fight. Single Eager Conscript actually isn't a dead draw. It's good for chump blocking on the top floor if I need it. Okay, I'm gonna remove one of the golden touches. And yeah, I'm actually also gonna remove the Devilish Details. It's no draw cost in the first cycle, but it is in the second cycle, and yeah, I would. I'd still probably play it so I don't have to draw it. And that's 8 damage I don't need to take. I want to get rid of Squad Leader. I do. Not going to, though. Miara the Dutiful. Applies Rage 3 to enemy units on shifts. Eh? Oh, it's my enemy. That makes sense. Oh, we're gonna propagate a TV Scourge, but that'll happen. Oh, never mind. I can play it, of course. Oh my god, actually. I forgot it. I literally forgot about the thing I did. Okay. Goldtooth, yes. Squad Leader, no. Free Dragon, not yet. Guildmongers, yes. Cluster Colonel, no. That's a turn right there. Then you do that, and then you do that, and then you do that, and then you're like, I'd like a chump block for the top lines. There's Guildmongers ready to chump block that top. I do not want to chump block that top line. Guildmonger's gonna get too big. All right, let's try this one again from the top. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm gonna Pyreball mid. Wait, no, that... Oh, because the explosive triggers... And then this is only gonna... Oh, damn it. Is there a better way to do it? I don't know. I don't know if I get Abyssal Prism to get as much Dragon Horde as I want on turn 1. I have to spend 5... Higher Heart, and I get up to 4 Dragon Horde on turn 1. And then these are just going to give me the Dragon... Yeah, I actually think this is a really good idea, because those Guildmongers are very quickly going to just give me the rest of the Dragon Horde so that I can deploy my guy. I did say if I could mitosis cap Goldtooth, it was the right thing to do. Ooh, glow up targets my entire own line. That's nice. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. I want to wait until the enemy has sap to proliferate. Can't get enough regen that you'll survive that bottom line. Yeah, no, as soon as anyone hits you, you'll die. Alright, what was I up to this turn? I was figuring out whether or not I should proliferate someone. No. Done. Void armament. Yeah, I do want the additional Goldtooth though, so how do I feel about that? I really feel like I'm probably going to need the additional damage on the top line. It's literally an additional, like, 300. Maybe I just don't need quick. Maybe I just give up the Swift Steel tag for the top line. What? 3 cycles away from getting back to doing that? Alright, yeah, we'll do it. And the rest of these bad boys can hold there. Oh, there goes all the TV Scourge. And I can start a pretty decent stack here as well, up to 19 troops. Ooh, Pyroclasm. If I target my units with Pyroclasm, I cast it twice and I can hit all of the enemies. That's going to be much better. If I targeted an enemy, I wouldn't be able to even kill that enemy. So this at least clears them. I need 2 sap on Miera, but still probably end up throwing the Deadly Variant this turn. Greed Dragon. Thank you. That's our top line, front line sword. Hell, I could put Squad Leader and then later Cluster Colonel up there. I think I do that. And we're sorted. Coming up, coward. there's the deadly variant. So glad to see it, because now it is just double proliferate. I could try and keep the fungi in front alive, but it dying is actually kind of ideal, because then I get buff on Greeddragon, and then I just spawn a new stack of fungi. Oh wait, hang on, you don't do that, because I haven't got the cluster kernel down. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. So I need the fungi stack to die anyway, so that then I can try and play cluster kernel next turn, if I happen to draw it, but I'm pretty likely to. Blow up to the boss twice, so now you've got even more sap, even more pyogel, and a bunch of decay, taking about half of your health left in this turn. I love that I played this flicker once. What a great card. One time. I'm gonna glow up the boss twice before then using Excav Ember. I'll conscript the bottom line, get rid of the Entropic Crystal. 90 more decay for Miera the Dutiful. We're actually getting serious value out of this Deadly Sap at this point. 90 decay is 270 damage each round. Bit of pyroclasm for that bottom line, and yet again, glow up, Excav Ember. Time for your deadly variant. Nothing else I can do. This one's just, send it to victory. I want to save as much of this money as I can. Unearthed treasure. Consume distinct spell chain. Return a random spell from your consume pile. If there's at least 5 cards, return another one. And it's got Twin Stone. Well. Unfortunately, it also now has the distinct keyword, so you can't use this to get this. Which is sad, unfortunately, but probably necessary. And these are the furthest thing from necessary. At the end of battle, if your deck is over 25 cards, then purge down to 25. No! Cast Mud! Gain Titanite -2 cost. That's incredible, yes. I mean, yeah, I can kind of bypass that, but Titanite, that's a bit harder for me to bypass. I really want that on a Greeddragon for the sake of the health of our bottom line. We're pretty much just going straight into boss fights at this point. I think Golden Touch is our cut now. I did get my second Greedtooth as well there. First turn, additional energy. And yeah, sure. First room card played each battle is applied to all floors. The problem with that is that's Inferno Room is the first played each battle. Spear Seer, Shield Seer don't have those, and Capricious Reflection, sure. Okay. In case I draft another card. Alright, let's go, Life Mother. You apply Wither Bloom 10 to the front friendly unit and reanimate 2 to the front enemy unit at the end of each turn. Now, Greeddragon not bad. Greeddragon good, actually. Greeddragon great. Do I need a Guildmonger to chump on top? Only if it dies fully. So no. Cluster Colonel, Squad Leader. We got the additional capacity on the bottom line, so we're actually in a little harsher of a position than we usually are. I do just need these Guildmongers to die as quickly as possible. You go on bottom line. I'm not even letting them chump for things. Excuse me? 82 by 3. What the hell is wrong with you? There's going to be a Guildmonger on that top line. That burst too that they come in with. Oh boy, I'm going to have to remember to play around that one because it seems like a toughie. Thank heck I can still fit one of you up there. There you go. You do trample damage. Why does that mean you kill? Are you... I thought trample damage stopped at a reanimate figure. Do I have to get my second Guildmonger up there? I think so. I think not only do I have to get my second Guildmonger up there, I might have to keep them there just to chomp. Obviously, the Titan Knight of Greed Dragon would be really nice as well, but I'm gonna... I'm looking for every which way to not have to do that. Is there anything that can be done here? Have I got to draw? Yeah, I got to draw in 2 cards. I mean, let's play those. It's a cheery Deathcap. Don't have space for that on the top line, so we'd have to go here. So all I can really do to the top line is proliferate and fertile ground. Ta-da! To avoid armament to the very back line, Goldtooth. I think that's the best shot we have at this. Thankfully, that's a huge amount of harvest trigger that the boss just had to take. So they have 100 Pyre Gel. They take 100 additional damage from every instance of damage now. That's way too much health for Lady Golda to lose, and that's going to be a problem, but... we'll figure it out. One space will be freed on the top line next turn, but I won't be able to fill it with a Greed Dragon. But the enemy also comes up and only gets to strike once. Even though they do have trample, they're still only striking once. But that strike will kill. I can't even free up the goddamn space to put down the Greed Dragon on the top line this turn. I'll just have to cycle to the Greed Dragon next turn. I don't really have a choice. Welcome back to the top line. You've got some sap now. I'd love to propagate that for you if you're comfortable. Got the Greed Dragon, we're all good. Okay. Now that we've fetched all of these, Unearth Treasure is the huge treasure. There we go. Top floor is now comfortable as long as the Greed Dragon's standing in that position. 3 damage a turn for the Lady Golda is tough stuff, but she's surviving at the moment. Let's... yeah, single conscript isn't really going to change the math on that top line too much. Play my first Make It Rain ever on the midline, just to try and loosen up the enemy's health a little bit. And now that I've got the space in hand for it, let's unearth some treasure. Oh, this one has Spell Chain. Yay, glow up! I got enough energy to do the additional Pyroclasm in there pretty happily, and I can even save a huge amount of health here just by pumping the fungi in the front line to be as large as it can be. No additional draws coming out this turn. Definitely don't need to play that Make It Rain. I could play it on the top line for 500 damage. That's pretty fun. And then, Deadly Variant, 55 more decay. Definitely don't want to play Entropic Crystals yet. Glow up. Glow up. Deadly variant. Glow up. Exhab Ember. Glow up. Perfect. Oh, you've got 6 reanimate because you're the front enemy in your own line all of these times. I see. Hell yeah. I'll flicker the bottom line. You are kidding me, they all survive on 1 health. Alright, there you go. I'll make it rain one last time. Yeah, I don't see Life Mother surviving too much longer here. Glow up. Glow up. Deadly variant draws glow up. Exhab Ember draws the other glow up. Get rid of the Entropic Crystals and we're all good. Should have played that before the Entropic Crystals, but it's all okay. It's not going to be a problem. Whoa, actually, I'm going to make it rain. Flicker. Hell yeah, we're starting to take away the enemy's reanimate stacks this turn now. Which also means DOTs on following turns are going to take even more of it. I'm amazed this squad leader is just standing here like, what of it? Is there is there a world-ending threat directly ahead of me? Because I have 33 regen, I don't care. Well, I mean, it would be a world-ending threat if it didn't have negative 74 damage from Sap. Or rather, negative 82, causing it to deal 0. If I Pyroclasm both of my units, I hit the enemy twice here? Get him! The true power of the Abyssal Crystal. Oh my god, we are going to lose Lady Golda now. We just have enough Wither Bloom on Greed Dragon for it to happen. At least you didn't get purged. We've done it. Keep glowing, keep glowing. Beautiful. And then, I think it's only appropriate we finish the fight with the flicker, so I'm going to make it rain. Right, it does it once, and then 3 more times, so it did it 4 times, so it killed the enemy. Hey, I needed it to do it 3 times, and then to follow it with a flicker for the flicker to be able to do it, so. All good. Flicker wasn't going to be the way that I finished that fight there. Woohoo! Second Life Mother defeat. Yay! It's possible. I just needed not to step up to the next difficulty immediately after my first run. And also, look, I'm sure it didn't hurt that I was playing 2 of my favorite clans, one of them being my favorite greedy clan and the other one being my favorite buff clan. Definitely helped us ball out of control ridiculously there. I'll wait for the rest of these unlocks to be complete before I tell you what they are. Oh, Ghastbud! Oh, Ghastbud gives Endless now. Intriguing. Well, I said I was going to wait, and then I did. Apologies about that. I'm working on it. Slacy, a little bit more as well. Not that I played that much equipment there. So, we got Lil Cap 2. Units gain +4, +8 for every 10 cards you have in your deck. Previously 2/4, I think it was, so it doubled. We unlocked Sarge on Celebrate. Gain 1 upgrade slot and 10 health permanently. Units may have a max of 5 upgrade slots. Ridiculous. Maybe you can set up a one floor solution, 1 unit solution with that. Red Hot, gain explosive and +5 magic power. So I think that might be... No. We had Goldie for equip to spell before, but we didn't have many spell modifiers. That definitely is one. Mimic, gain the allied champion. It gains a random upgrade the next time you use a Lightforge. The next time or each time? Not certain. Silver is now 2. giving 7 health or 7 damage after the boss fight. Warborn levels up to level 2, drawing additional card each turn during Relentless. Seems less useful. Beelzebub, also level 2. It now draws 3 cards and applies -1 cost to them. I think previously it was just draw 3 cards for purging a card. Gorgon the Second, Slay, gain +2 capacity. Friendly units gain +2 damage, +4. Yeah. The right unit would love that. Goldie is upgraded to give more golds per energy cost of the card that it is getting you to hold over. Ghastbud now also has Endless, makes you even better as a way to get like a really good chump in deployment phase. Showtime 3 has more capacity it gives to a random floor. The scaling is the same though. And we also unlock Equilibrius 2, the one that I previously turned down. If your deck is over 25 cards, purge down to 25 cards. After you purge a total of 7 cards, permanently draw 1 additional card next turn, each turn. Used to be after you purge 9. Hell yeah! Woo! Which kind of like which of you is it's got to be Greed Dragon is very much this run, having a large slab rather than a large stone, and Titanite, and coming in regularly with +100/+100. The point at the inflection point of pretty much each of the fights was when Greed Dragon was played. Of course, that was near the end of the game. Deadly Variant also managed to do a huge amount of work. I don't think it was anywhere near as much work as the 2,000 gold held in our inventory and Lady Gilda's +20 damage per 100 gold you started the turn with, as well as the similar modifier for a... where are you? Goldtooth. Goldtooth being the Pyreborn card that we found, I was looking to the Pyreborn and I was kind of hoping to see Hothead or something like that. It being Goldtooth in a run where I'd already hard committed to Avarice. What a gift from the game. What an absolute gift. Good run! I'm definitely seeing the promise of this mode. I'm seeing it more and more. I feel like, for me personally, the largest value this mode will have to me is after I've fully upgraded everything. The process of unlocking and upgrading them, like, I see the value in it, right? It winnows down the amount of choices that you initially have to make so they can present you with something more complex because you're a little bit on rails to start with because you haven't unlocked everything. And then as you unlock more things, you're unlocking them in a slow trickle. It gives you more of an ability to kind of like onboard them and intake them as new information as each unlocks, and then adapt and strategize around them. All of that fully understood. For me personally, it will be much more navigable when everything is unlocked. And I can start strategizing and theorizing and putting runs together. Maybe I even select a Pyre heart at the start of a run. For instance, like, surely Life Mother's Pyre has to be basically the most busted thing you can get in this mode. You fight a boss, you get a super upgraded card at the Merchant of Steel Plus after that boss, and then you just dupe it 2 times. Surely that has to be, like, basically the most busted thing you can do, right? We'll have to find out soon. I'm going to jump back to the Covenant Outposts and get ready for our next departure into a standard run in the next episode. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monstering 2. Top left is the series playlist for all of the content of the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays out above the tech tier. And a special thanks this episode to Lotta. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.